Avenue that we will be co-naming today Jackie Robinson Way. Thank you very much. Big hand for Bayreen, please. A little bookkeeping. We have started much later than we had planned, so we will do things that we can to really expedite this process, but hold true to it and make sure that everyone understands why we're here today. I am the vice president of this wonderful Block Association. I am a 15-year resident. Thank you for those who care. I actually live next door to the Jackie Robinson home, of which us folks saw in certainly in the movie 42 and knew before that. But I actually found that out sitting on the stoop one day, and some gentleman rode up and said, he had a laptop, and he said, "Look, do you know who this is?" I said, "Yeah, it's Jackie Robinson, but do you know he was right there next to you?" I said, "Oh, I didn't know that, but I heard the rumors, wasn't sure of it." But my purpose here right now at this moment is to give you a heartfelt welcome to this wonderful block on behalf of the executive board and the great residents of this block who encouraged us all to get to this point. I'll have to say these words because they were said at the community board meeting when I gave the announcement. It's about time. It is really about time that we finally celebrate this wonderful man on the block in which he started his career. So with that said, I want to welcome all of the elected officials on behalf of the board and the block, the wonderful participants and sponsors to this wonderful occasion that we have here today. And I just want to get this kicked off by saying that in honor of our block and our heritage and our legacy and our handing off of the banner and the baton to the next generation, we are having 2 Masters of Ceremonies today. And that is breaking with most ceremonies. We are looking at the future as well as the past, as well as the present, and you're looking and hearing the present, but I am going to introduce the future to you. Issa Ellis is a wonderful young man who, not on any occasion that I have to ask him, comes out and helps me on everything in terms of doing block parties and doing block cleanups and anything else you ask him to do, or he basically just comes and does it anyway. Issa is a 14-year-old freshman. He's attending Bishop Loughlin High School, great high school. And he's just a joy to be with when I'm working with him. I just worked with him this week. And he's got lots of ambition, and he's just a smart, kind individual that's going to go very far. And with that said, I give everyone a wonderful welcome to Issa. Please, big hand for Issa Ellis.
Good morning. On behalf of the officers and residents of the 500 Block MacDonough Street Association, we welcome you to this historic occasion and ceremony to co-name our block Jackie Robinson Way. My name is Issa Ellis and I'm 14 years old. I'm a resident of this block and I also serve as a youth volunteer. Obviously, I did not know Mr. Robinson, but I understand he was a man of strong character.
Former council member Darlene Neely from the 41st and council member Cornegie from the 36th. These officials lobbied the other 49 members of the city council, and on December 1st, 2017, Intro 1744 was voted on and passed into law. So this block stands in the annals of history. As we are now represented by Council Member Alicia Ampry Samuels, we have with us today her representative, Everton Smith, who you will hear from later. This is the way I think we should make laws. Community first, and then elected officials who are for and about representing the people. We thank all of our elected officials that are here today for their service to the community. Behold the village of Bed-Stuy. These are the people who make up the fabric of this community and the reason why we stay strong. So today, as we unveil the sign proclaiming the 500 Block MacDonough Street as Jackie Robinson Way, let us not only remember the icon that is Jackie Robinson, but let us remember his neighbors, known and unknown, and yet to come, for their servant leadership, because they are servant leaders. In Jackie's own words, a life is not important except for the impact that it has on other lives. You have all made an impact today. For those individuals who sacrificed their time away from their family and home to improve a block, a community, and this world, we salute you. And to quote another famous Bed-Stuy resident, Shirley Chisholm, service is the rent you pay for your place here on earth. Today, we, the 500 Block MacDonough Street Association, celebrate our most famous neighbor, our 60 years of history of community of service, our 60-year history of community service, and we pass the baton on to our children so that when they look at that sign, they will not only see a living legend that is Jackie Robinson, but they will remember that this community of neighbors united as one.
An icon for change. And most importantly, he was a luminary for millions of young black boys and girls and their parents around the country during a time when they were too often told no. Not yes, but no. He charted a course of triumph and inspiration which runs through the veins and the DNA of the residents of this block. And to see a black man playing Major League Baseball break down barriers and having the courage of his conviction, Jackie Robinson showed this generation. He showed Esau and so many young Esau's on this block and so many young girls and boys of all colors and races and ethnicities that despite the chorus of hate, determination and courage, that a man of his depth, a man of his character would always rise above it. He stood as a beacon of hope, no matter how many people tried to tear him down. And the lesson to my young people out there, the lesson to all of those young people who are bullied at school, all of those young people who tell people you can never make it as the president of these United States or the borough president or as the public advocate or as the mayor of the city of New York. You must continue to endure. You must continue to persist. And you must never, ever give up.
My brother Carl, his recollection of Jackie was he had a black Cadillac, the only one on the block. Well, the block has certainly prospered since then.
Cadillac block.
Mercedes, Range Rover, everything else. But what I really wanted to share with you is my sister Joanne. She crossed paths with Jackie Robinson about 17 years later, and it was in St. Augustine, Florida. She was a student at Florida Normal, and St. Augustine was the oldest city, is the oldest city in America, and it was very segregated. Dr. King went down on a crusade, and she tells me she was playing cards on the beach when she was approached by Andrew Young, and they recruited her to go on the sit-ins, and she was arrested, sentenced to 60 days in jail. They were beaten, cattle prodded, terrible situation, which is probably why I decided to be a lawyer, specifically a civil rights lawyer, because Thurgood Marshall became my next superhero. But what does this have to do with Jackie Robinson? Well, Jackie Robinson was recruited also by Dr. King to go down to St. Augustine. And he spoke and encouraged the students that were going to march and were arrested, including Joanne. And it was just a remarkable thing that their paths crossed that way. And I asked her, did you speak to him? And she said, of course I did. And I said, what did he say? He said, oh, I remember the Martin family. And I guess it's hard not to remember them since there was 9 of us living 2 doors away from him. She also sent this picture, which is our backyard. And the little guy in the stroller who looks like he's having a real bad day, that would be me.
The Jackie Robinson Foundation is much more than a scholarship. It's a great honor. It's a family. It's a place to call home. And as a quick aside, I hope that the smart and kind young people, like our amazing young MC, Mr. Isai Ellis, consider applying to join us. We'll exchange information. And we'll forever be indebted to the Robinson family, and that's so okay with us.
Our presence here today is an opportunity to again thank Jackie Robinson, Rachel Robinson, and the whole Robinson family for being an inspiration. It's also an opportunity for us to thank the 500 Block MacDonough Street Association for showing such amazing love for Jackie Robinson and everything he stands for.
500, sorry. I was an exemplary member of the community worthy of acknowledgement, now therefore be known that as duly acknowledged of the District 41 in New York City, I honor Jackie Robinson Way for his inspiration and baseball legend, signed the 14th of April in the year of 2018, Councilmember Anika Ampersand.
All right. Stephanie's over here.
Judge, it's a quick certificate of merit. Yes. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Assembly-Member Tremaine Wright, and we just wanted to come today to offer a certificate of merit presented in honor of Jackie Robinson, number 42, and the co-naming of MacDonough Street and between, excuse me, Ralph and Patchen Avenues. And most specifically, we wanted to congratulate this Block Association and the community for coming together in all of the work that is surrounded in making something like this happen, to preserve legacy and history in our community and to celebrate all of that it is that makes Bed-Stuy special. So we're going to say thank you very much.